Hello and welcome to Taking the Biz. This is of course the channel for A-level business revision, and this video is going to look at a rather rascally little topic of Hackman and Oldham's job characteristics model. Now, the job characteristics model is a theory about how managers should go about designing the work or the tasks of their employees. And central to this model is the theory that the tasks employees are expected to perform is one of the main drivers or one of the main factors that links directly to their motivation. Now, lots of different business theorists have tried to explain organizational motivation, from Taylor, Mayo, Maslow, Hertzberg. Lots of different theorists have put forward ideas about how best to motivate and stimulate employees. Hackman and Oldham put forward the idea that it was actually the work, the tasks, the design of the job that our employees were being hired for that was the key factor underpinning their motivation. And so what they said was, it might be possible with a little bit of forethought, a little bit of strategizing and a little bit of planning for managers actually to motivate their workforce before they even began working, through the careful design of the jobs that people were being expected to do. If it's to be believed that it is the nature of work that actually motivates, then carefully designing these jobs so that they contain 5 key characteristics could motivate people before they even start, rather than having to motivate people using a way that they might experience whilst they are completing their work, such as the pay that they might receive or the environment that they might work in. So these 5 key job characteristics were ideas put forward by Hackman and Oldham that managers could use in the construction of work, in the creation of tasks that employees were expected to perform. And the first of those 5 job characteristics is what is known as skills variety, allowing your employees to exercise a wider variety of skills in the job that they are performing, rather than using a more Taylorist approach of the division of labour, of splitting work down into smaller, more manageable, more easy to learn tasks. Hackman and Oldham argued that in order to be motivated and therefore productive, employees required a little bit more variety in their job role. They required more challenging work and a wider variety of work in order to keep them stimulated, in order to give them the complexity that they needed in their work, in order to maintain their concentration. If work becomes too monotonous, if work becomes too boring, employees' motivation can quickly begin to ebb away. So by designing job roles that have more complexity, that have more challenge, and allow employees to showcase a wider variety of skills in their possession, Hackman and Oldham said this was a key way of motivating them, as is task identity. Having tasks for employees to perform that have a clearly defined start point and a clearly defined finish, so that employees could see what they were expected to do, they could see where they were expected to begin their task, what the start point of their task would be, and where they needed to get their task to, what the finish point would be, what the end point of their work is, what goal it is that they are trying to work towards. Now, this task identity allows employees to see how they should be approaching their work, what it is exactly that they are expecting to contribute, where they should begin their work process, and where they need to get it to. So when employees can see the journey that they are expected to work through, again, according to Hackman and Oldham, this raises their motivation and productivity. The third element of the job characteristics model that Hackman and Oldham devised is what's known as task significance. And the theory behind this is that in order for employees to be motivated, They need to see the relevance of the work that they are performing. They need to see that the work that they are doing is valuable, that it contributes to the success of the organisation. And where employees perhaps can't see that relevance, where employees become accustomed to feeling that the work that they are being asked to produce has very little bearing on the success of the organisation, when they begin to feel that their tasks are irrelevant, they begin to feel devalued as employees and their motivation begins to suffer. So Hackman and Oldham said that managers need to try and design jobs that workers feel are valuable, that they feel contribute to the organisation, because they will transplant that feeling onto their own perception of their role in the organisation. If they feel that the work they do is valuable, they will see their role as valuable, as important to the organisation, and obviously that will be motivational. The fourth factor they put forward as being an important element of job design is what's known as autonomy, having the freedom to make some decisions regarding their work, having the autonomy to design the work that they are doing, have some kind of say, some kind of control in the nature of the tasks that they are performing and how best to achieve the goals that they set. And this freedom and this responsibility and this accountability that is derived from giving workers autonomy over their work was another way that Hackman and Oldham said that organisations could design jobs so that they were inherently motivational for their workers. The final element of the job characteristics model was what they referred to as feedback, or job feedback. And this really is the idea that workers are more motivated when they receive some constructive feedback on the work that they have produced, whether that be praise for work that they feel should be recognised, or whether that be constructive advice on how they might go about trying to improve their work performance. But where workers are not receiving feedback, where there is an absence of dialogue between line managers and the workers that they are overseeing, again, this design of job can be demotivational for employees. And if managers design work differently, so that there are constant ways of trying to feed back to employees, to recognise good performance and to constructively improve performance as they go, this can be another element that's very motivational to workers. So using the job characteristics model, Hackman and Oldham put forward the idea that through the careful planning, design and construction of employees' roles, by thinking in advance how best we can structure somebody's work, we might be able to boost their motivation, boost their productivity, and all of the loveliness that goes along with that, such as lower labour turnover, such as commitment to the organisation's objectives, that might help ensure a more successful business. Hopefully that video helps you with that topic. Good luck with your ongoing revision. Keep on taking the biz.